Particularly, there was improved performance in English and social studies at distinction level. In contrast, mathematics and science were poorly done at the same level. Cases of exam malpractice were reported, with the results of as many as 1,512 candidates withheld as investigations continue. Dan Odongo said schools whose results were withheld will be notified through their district inspectors of schools. In his delivery of the statement of release, he said that a total of 695,804 candidates from 13,475 centers registered for last year's exam.
Of these, 68.2% of the candidates were beneficiaries of the Universal Primary Education Program, and the 31.8% were candidates that were in private schools.
UNEB chairperson Mary Okwakol presented the thick booklet containing the results to First Lady and Education Minister Janet Museveni shortly after midday. The minister later officially released the results to the public after her speech inside the main hall of Kampala Parent School. UNEB chairperson Okwakol said more learners will continue to join post-primary institutions, and those examiners had reported that literacy has generally improved.
I'm also happy to report that cases of unregistered candidates, which were common by the time of the PLE examination, have not been received this year.
She said they registered no case of tampering of exams at storage installations. According to Okwakol, at one exam center in Mpigi district, a scout reported back with 500,000 shillings said to have been given as a bribe to engage in exam malpractice. She also clarified on a story that ran on Wednesday, January 15th, that reported of leaked exam papers failing PLE pupils. She said, "The correct position is that no papers leaked. The papers which were circulated were fake. I appeal to the media to always report correctly." In her delivery, Mrs. Museveni said she was pleased that as a country, we are continuing to register increased literacy levels and that it is a major victory for us as a population. But once again, she voiced criticism over pre-registration exams, saying it was unfair.
I think that this increase in number could be higher if it were not for the pre-registration tests being administered in many districts to exclude those learners who are assumed not to be able to pass. Now, this is unfortunate because some teachers take it upon themselves to determine the destiny of these young people.
Commenting further on registration, Mrs. Museveni was happy that no pupil missed exams due to non-registration. She asked UNEB to have names of registered candidates clearly displayed at their respective schools in time before the exams. Last year's exams were done on November 4th and 5th. Senior 1 selection will take place on January the 23rd and 24th, next week on Thursday and Friday. Meanwhile, the minister sounded a war cry against exam malpractices, rallying all stakeholders to be involved in efforts meant to end the stain. It was revealed that in the course of marking, examiners found disturbing expressions inside some scripts, such as, "This is not the paper we are to do," and "This is not our examination." According to Executive Secretary Odongo, apparently, these scripts were likely from pupils who had been issued with fake exam papers prior to the day of the exams. It is understood that many gullible schools bought these papers and used them to teach the children overnight on the eve of the examinations. 61 suspects have been arrested and charged upon discovery that most of the exam malpractices were cases of external assistance given to candidates by third parties inside exam rooms. They are awaiting court action. Calling on the media to join hands to fight the vice, Mrs. Museveni underlined the corrupt and fraudulent actions of the teachers involved might have caused the affected candidates to fail. She said this is also a sign of serious inadequacies in teaching. Odongo warned, UNEB wishes to warn that from now on, The perpetrators of examination malpractice will be hunted down and brought to book. A fair hearing by UNEB's Examination Security Committee will be accorded to all 1,512 candidates whose results have been withheld. Those who will be cleared will have their results released. Odongo said, after the hearings are concluded, the board will publish in the media the list of schools and districts from which the results will have been cancelled. Odongo said over the last 5 years, candidates have been increasing by an average of 2.4%. Another notable trend over the same period is that more girls and boys have been registered to sit PLE. Last year, 51.7% girls were registered compared to 48.3% boys. It means that more girls and boys have completed the primary education cycle. Generally, 12,502 absentees were recorded last year, the same percentage as of the previous year, of 1.8%. In the area of subjects, performance improved in English and social studies at the distinction level. Odongo reported, overall pass level rose in science, although performance at the distinction level dropped sharply. In both English and mathematics, performance was poor in questions where candidates were required to apply knowledge in problem-solving situations or express themselves freely. He added, candidates were comfortable with questions that are direct and based on recalling. This situation has persisted over the years. On the bright side though, candidates were found to have improved in handwriting and presentation of their work. The number of candidates scoring no mark at all has also reduced greatly compared to the previous years. Generally, candidates performed better last year than in 2018 in the upper divisions 2 and 3. As many as 617,115 learners have qualified to be placed in post-primary institutions compared to 599,593 in 2018. Meanwhile, the best performing blind candidate is Arthur Ainamani Rwakitara from Grand Mashon Primary School in Nabingo, Wakiso District. He scored aggregate 9 in Division 1. The best dyslexic candidates are Rina Ahurira from Bwaise Parents Primary School in Kampala and Gael Parwot Gadi from Victorious Primary School in Kampala. Both of them got aggregate 9. Peace Sharon from Ojipaku Primary School in Arua District is the best deaf candidate. She scored aggregate 13 in Division 2. This story was compiled by Joseph Kiza from New Vision TV News.